Hi, Julie Jones from SSB Performance Smarter, Stronger, Better Mindset Training, here with this week's Mindset Made Simple Tip of the Week, a couple days late this week, brought to you by Game Day Sportswear. As we think back to Memorial Day and we think about our memories, or we remember those who gave everything, it made me start to think about how our memory affects us. My great-grandmother was a Gold Star mother. My dad's uncle was killed in World War I, seems like so long ago. And all I have to show for that is a letter from the President of the United States asking my great-grandma to go to France to see my Uncle Alex's gravesite. And until just recently, I never really thought of the pain and the sorrow that she must have felt, or the pain and the sorrow that my own grandmother felt in losing her brother. My dad didn't know his uncle, of course. He was killed young. But when we stop and think about Memorial Day, and we think of everything that has been given for us, and we remember those times whenever the flag flies or when they play the national anthem before our games, it makes you think about how memories affect us. We can never forget what people did for us to give us our freedoms, and we don't forget a lot about what we do. So as I was thinking about this, I thought, how does our memory affect our performance? Well, as with everything else, really smart people have done lots of research on this. And I'm not smart enough to do the research, but I am smart enough to read it, so we'll share some of that today. But what really got me thinking about this along the lines of preparation was my conversation with one of my athletes, Allie. I meet with her every Wednesday at 11. She's a Division I soccer player, and she's amazing. And she just went through PRP therapy in her knee, and she's going through rehab and can't do much on the pitch yet, and she doesn't love it. So we're trying to figure out how we can mentally prep so that when she's back to being able to go full go, that she's ready for that. Here and here. I'm not in charge of this, but I'm in charge of this. So she's got some plans. She's asked her PT for a specific return to play plan so that she can start to visualize and get herself ready physically and mentally to get back to full speed. We're also building an evidence journal. So every single day, she has to write down what she has done to make herself one step closer, or get herself one step closer to being back to full go, ready to go when she returns to campus in August. That evidence journal is great for building that confidence that she will need to get back to fight 50-50s and be ready to sprint and do all the things she needs to do and trust that knee. But as we were talking about that, she said, gosh, this made me think, last year when she was prepping, she's telling me, last year when she prepped for her first Division I season, she took a selfie every single day or every single extra workout that she did. So she said when she opened up her camera roll, she said, I have just hundreds of pictures of myself pre or post workout. And I thought, what a great idea. It's a memory journal. The evidence journal is a memory journal. And we know through research that building positive memories can help prevent stress and inoculate us from stress. In fact, in 2017, they did a study where they had people take their hand and submerge it in a bucket or tub of ice water. Well, naturally, that's an uncomfortable situation. As soon as the people put their hand down into the bucket of ice water, they were asked to do one of two things. One group was asked to think of a neutral memory, just something that happened, something they don't have strong feelings about one way or the other. The other group, after they put their hand in the water, was asked to remember a positive memory, something that made them happy, something that they really enjoyed experiencing. Well, what they found is the group that put their hand in and then thought the neutral memory had a significant and continual increase in cortisol as the hand stayed in the water longer. The group that thought of the positive memory had very little bump in cortisol. So what does this tell us? That the positive memory helped subdue or keep steady their cortisol levels. The natural or the neutral memory, or even a bad memory, as you can imagine, I'm taking a little leeway there, help the cortisol continue to rise. So our stress hormone bumped, which means we can hold our hand in the water for less time. We were stressed because it was painful. It's not fun. Put your hand in a bucket of water. Not fun. You've been in an ice bath. Not all that fun. So we need to think about how this can affect us as we're getting ready to get back to full go. Positive memories decrease our stress levels. They found this in studies other than this one as well. Although the evidence journal may not be full of thrilling things, what this evidence journal does is builds positive memories. It makes us realize that the things we're doing actually are adding up. And even though they're not monumental, they compound. So we are building feel-good stuff about what we've been doing. In fact, when we think about those memories, it floods our brain with good chemicals. It floods our brain with good thoughts. We know good thoughts lead to good actions and good feelings and all those things. Good chemicals in our brain, dopamine and serotonin and those things, also help our performance, of course, because they make us feel better. Since our memories influence how we experience the world, having these memories build up, or this evidence journal build up, allows us to face whatever comes to us with this arsenal of things that we have done that says, I overcame this, I can overcome this, this wasn't exactly fun, but I made it, so it's a positive memory. This was good, and that makes me feel really good, so bring it on, submerge the hand in the ice, and I can keep it there longer because I've got a memory journal. Whether it's my photo memory, whether it's my memory that I relive in my mind, or whether I'm reading the things that I wrote in my evidence journal. 3 different ways to bring those things up and allow me to be stronger against stress. Even years ago, Ralph Waldo Emerson, this doesn't really roll off the tongue, but in his essay, Self-Reliance, he said, the force of character is cumulative. All the foregone days of virtue work their health into this. What makes the majesty of heroes of the Senate and the field, which fills the imagination? The consciousness of a train of great days and victories behind. They shed a united light on the advancing actor. He is attended as by a visible escort of angels. Whoa, okay, what did I just say? What do you picture when I read that, right? What does it say here? He is attended by a visible escort of angels, meaning all those days that he put in, that cumulative work, all the good things that went on behind are pushing and lighting what's to come and laying it out so that he can see. It's like soul coughing, that song you might remember. Step aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. There's a link to it in the on my site if you want to listen to that song. But building an arsenal of good memories is like being escorted by angels. Sounds silly, but think about it. Good memories lead to better feelings, which lead to better opportunities to do what we need to do. As Allie recovers and she gets ready to sprint and do 50-50 balls, she can look back and say, I overcame. I've done this. I feel good about this. Even the stuff she didn't feel good about, now she has written down what matters, her accomplishments, and she can move forward. James Clear adds this a little bit. It's easy to overestimate the importance of one defining moment and underestimate the value of making small improvements on a daily basis. We talk about small improvements a lot. Too often we convince ourselves that massive success requires massive action. Reliving, looking at photos, thinking about the small things. It's the little wins, the little pictures, the little accomplishments that add up and turn into these good, positive memories that help lift us, that help us be escorted by angels on to the next level, to the next recovery, to believing that we can do it because we've done things. The separation is in the preparation. We have it written down. We've got it in pictures. We've got it in mind movies. And there it is, ready to help us move forward in whatever it is that we are facing or whatever we're trying to accomplish. So how are you going to build your evidence or your memory journal? How are those memories going to help you? It's the positive ones that help us keep our hand in cold water longer and keeping our stress levels even. Our hand is in cold water a lot. We've got to help ourselves be better at keeping it there as long as we can to face whatever comes our way. So until next week, manage the moments, manage your memories, and visit me at ssbperformance.com for more tips just like this. Have a great week.